Okay, so the first new product we're trying is by Supergoop. This is their Glowscren SPF 40. I've heard that this, ooh, it's really shimmery. Here, look at this. See that shimmer in there? That's not what I was expecting. Okay, so I've heard that this wears beautifully under makeup, which doesn't shock me, given that it's from Supergoop and that's kind of like their thing. I got this in a little variety set, maybe in the Sephora sale, but it definitely reminds me of Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. Doesn't really, kind of smells sunscreen, but doesn't smell crazy. I have heard some people say that they've gotten like that they'll wear this and they'll still get a sunburn. So I don't know. I'm not sure if this is like the be all and end all, but it is like 6 in the evening. It's still sunny out, but we're having some friends over for dinner and we're planning on sitting outside. So I figured this is like a low risk opportunity to try it. Going in with a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Concealer, which not a new product here on this channel. So it's summer and it is not the time of year for heavy makeup. So I'm going to be going in with my Yensa Super Serum Silk Foundation. Now this is a product that I got in my Ipsy Glam bag, which I guess is now called BoxyCharm. Probably like 6 months ago. I definitely got it in the winter and I've been really enjoying it. So I have it in the shade Light Neutral. But it's a beautiful match for my skin. So not a new product. But I feel like it's not a product I've really featured a ton on this channel. But anyways, I really, really enjoy it. Super lightweight, it's like dewy, it's glowy. It still lets your skin shine through, but has a really nice amount of coverage. Comfortable on the skin. I wouldn't say that it lasts like all day like the way a high coverage foundation would. But it does really like wear nicely. Like it doesn't get patchy. It doesn't oxidize. And I think it's just really nice. I do tend to use this with a brush, but it's also really nice with a sponge. And I have some more cream products I wanted to use today, so I wanted to use the sponge out anyways. Most of the time I don't use the sponge when I'm getting ready because this is the foundation I reach for a lot at work. We're just going to put a little bit of MAC Paint Pot and Paint Really on my eyelids. So yeah, anyways, this is a foundation I wear a lot of days when I'm going into the office. I work from home generally speaking, and to be honest, like working from home, I don't wear makeup most days. But I find that this is a really great like work appropriate foundation. You know, it just gives a little bit of like, I woke up and I tried today without saying like I tried really hard. And personally, I really like that for work. Okay, so a bit of a theme in this video is going to be Rare Beauty. So I bought this in the Sephora sale. This is the Rare Beauty bronzer stick in the shade Bright Side. And the first thing I'm gonna say is this is pigmented. Like, you don't need to swipe twice. Use a brush to apply this. So I'm going in with the Bobbi Brown, what is this? Bobbi Brown Full Coverage Face. You don't need to use this brush in particular, but I find that this cream bronzer, and really most cream products, work really well with a synthetic brush. Now, for my look today, I'm not really looking to look super sculpted or anything, but I find that this is just really nice when I want just like a kiss of warmth and just a little bit of sculpting. So sometimes I decide to do a little bit more, but I find it's always best to like fully apply the product before going in with more because it is so pigmented. And again, I'm not going for like super precise. I'm just looking for like sculpted, a little bit warm, and so I'm really happy with how this turned out. And again, this is a product I reach for a lot. So I did pick up both of the new shades of the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Dewy Liquid Blush. Worth and Virtue. I think I'm gonna do Worth. I actually haven't tried either. Why is everything dropping? Worth just looks a little bit more pink, whereas Virtue looks a bit more peachy, so I'm gonna go with Worth. But before I do that, I'm gonna go with the Rare Beauty Liquid Highlighter. This is in the shade Transcend. And has a pretty big doe foot, and I'm just gonna like generously tap it here. sort of to have a little bit of glow underneath, and then we're going to build the blush on top. Okay, so the number one tip I have with Rare Beauty liquid blushes is they are pigmented. So I like to start with just 2 little dots, like literally just like one and like the leftover, like not even double dipping. And again, I go with my sponge and I just do little circles to help diffuse it. Oh, this is really pretty. Because I think, you know, I mean with all products, but especially with cream, you can always add more, right? Like you can always add more. You can always build it up. Like I'm kind of looking at this. I have my mirror right here. What I actually think I need is just like a little dot, just a touch lower. And again, I didn't even double dip it between those dots. And then we're just going to blend, blend, blend. And we're just doing little circles. We haven't cleaned this sponge. We're using the same one from our foundation, the same side, and we're just blending it all in. So I really like how this has turned out. So more or less that's it for our cream products. Going in with something that is not a new product to me. Going in with a product that I reach for all the time. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Setting Powder in shade 1. And I just put literally just a little bit under my eyes. A little bit on my nose and my T-zone. And around my mouth. And to be honest, if I wasn't going to be sitting outside, I probably wouldn't have done like around my mouth and my T-zone, but you know, if you're going for a lighter look, but because I'm going to be sitting outside, I wanted just a little bit more on there. Now, I always enjoy doing my brows before doing my eyeshadow. So this is just the Benefit Goof Proof. Okay, so this palette is basically the whole reason that I'm doing this kind of new makeup video today. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Primrose palette, and it's just so pretty. I have used this once before, to be honest. I use this palette in a getting ready with me video where I have a bit of a life update, and I found that like I was focusing too much on the makeup and not enough on the life update. So I'm like, you know what, let's just do them as 2 separate videos. But I totally want to recreate the look because I was so obsessed with it. So we're going to start off with Honey right here as our crease shade to just build up a little bit of sculpting. Okay. This palette's so new I haven't even taken the frosted. Okay. Much better. So I'm just building up Honey in little circles to sort of carve out my crease and have a little bit of a, I don't know, like an architectural base to work with. So I find that, I mean most shimmery shades, but definitely for Anastasia's that the finger works best. So I'm going to go with Rose Water kind of closer to my crease, and then I'm going to put Sparkling Amber on the outside. So we're going to get a little bit of like a light pink to gold ombre, but this Rose Water shade I think is just like the prettiest. I think it is so flattering on my skin tone. I think it opens up the eye, and I will say that Get Ready With Me video, the look, I was obsessed with. So I'm actually gonna do my life update like literally immediately after I finish filming this. So we're still gonna have the same look, it's just gonna be like 2 videos. So basically I just kind of tap it on, blend it in, and literally don't sweat the small stuff. So using the same brush that we've used on our crease, I'm actually just going to, got a little fallout. Okay. Before we do that, I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and just tap that in a bit to just kind of clean up the fall. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm taking my already kind of dirty brush and I'm just mixing the colors in together and blending it out so that way there's no harsh lines. Now using the brush that has all the colors blended on it, I'm going to tap into Honey one more time and just going to do a little bit under my eye. Okay, so next up we have Charlotte Tilbury, the Feline Flick, but this is the new formula. So So I recently got this in my Charlotte Tilbury mystery box, and the reason I have never used, well, I've never used the new formula of this product. I had this product in the original formula. So we're gonna try the new and improved and see how improved it is. Okay, so I mean the real test is going to be how it wears throughout the night, but here's what I will say. I really like how black and smooth it is. That being said, it's a felt tip and I do prefer more of a bristle brush like the Tom Ford one. So I think it's very good, but then the other part of me has been like, I've been using the Tom Ford one for years, I'm really used to it. But overall, I think the flow was really good. I like how it's turned out, but I do prefer the bristly brush. But overall, I mean, this is way more reasonably priced than the Tom Ford one, I will give it that. Okay, so this is an eyeliner that I feel like I haven't really featured on this channel. I've had it for about 6 months. This is the MAC Color Excess Glide or Die Gel Pencil. So this is a really great black, and I like using this as my tight liner. Personally, I was obsessed with the Marc Jacobs highliners. Marc Jacobs isn't a makeup brand anymore. So I really like to do like a 1/2 to 3/4 wing using the liquid liner, and then go in, you know, I can't talk and do this, and then go in with the gel liner and sort of do really careful back and forth on the inner part of my eye, and then it just looks like one cohesive wing. Okay, so the mascara is actually from the drugstore. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensationalicious. So I was introduced to the Maybelline Lash Sensational from my bestie, Sophia Ricci, you know, from all the coverage on TikTok of her wedding look, and I know that her makeup artist used that mascara. And I hadn't been like loving all my high-end mascaras lately, and they were kind of getting dry, and you know, it's 20 times the points at Shoppers, and I was like, let's try it, and I really liked it. So I didn't know that they had this like luscious one, which I think has a bit of shimmer to it, although I have to be honest, like, I haven't noticed a difference between the normal one and this one, other than the fact that this one comes in a black tube. So, you know, but it's a really nice mascara. Like, I think it has a real nice like pop to it. I mean, at Shoppers, it's like $16, so I have a hard time calling that affordable, but I guess it's affordable compared to like $35 mascaras at Shoppers, at Sephora, or in the Shoppers Beauty Boutique. For those of you who don't know, I'm from Canada, so all those prices are Canadian. So, like, I don't know. I have a hard time saying that a lot of drugstore mascaras are affordable. Like, the Essence one is affordable, but I don't know, drugstore prices aren't what they used to be, and I kind of think when I look at a lot of drugstore makeup that, at least where I live in Canada, like, you can't really try, like, they don't have swatchers, they don't have testers out anymore that you can swatch with. Like, if you don't like it or breaks you out, like, you can't do returns, and it's kind of like you could buy a good drugstore mascara and a shitty drugstore mascara for the same price that you could just buy a good high-end mascara that if you don't like it, you can return. So that's kind of why I don't do a lot of drugstore. Like, I'm willing to try it, I just have a hard time wanting to make the investment when I know that I feel like the brands that I like at Sephora, like Rare Beauty and Charlotte Tilbury, are just more reliable. But I really like how this mascara works, so. Okay, on to the lips. So we're going to go in with Anywhere Caffeine, which is the Hailey Bieber lip liner. This is from Makeup Forever. Now, one drugstore product I really love are, generally speaking, L'Oreal lipsticks. So this is L'Oreal Color Riche in shade 113 Le Nude Admirable. And I don't know why, but this just gives me like Victoria Beckham vibes. It also feels almost like a more mauve pillow talk, so anyways, this is really nice. But if you are familiar with my channel, you know that we're not into matte lipstick, and I picked up this lip gloss at Ulta when I was in the States, and I picked up this new Benefit lip gloss in the shade Beach Vacay Butter Balm in Vacay Coral. at Ulta, and I had never seen this in Canada. So like benefit, like bring this to Canada. It's super nice. Used it a bit when I was in the States at the Eras tour. It's just like a tinted lip gloss. Has a little bit of warmth to it. It is nice on its own, but I've been using it just a lot like on top of lipsticks. And it has like just a really nice, really comfortable applicator. I think it looks really pretty. So yeah. Anyways, here's our completed look. And here is my completed look. I really, really like how it turned out. I think it is like shimmery. I think it's pink. I think it's glowy. The eyes kind of feel sunsetty, and I had a really good time trying out these new products. Like I said, some of these I've used a couple of times, but they're not really products I've used on YouTube. I think I'm most excited to see how the eyeliner wears, but I'm also really excited to like explore the Glow sunscreen more. I think sunscreen is hard to kind of like review in one sitting, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like you have to go in the sun to see if it works, but I'm gonna be in the sun a lot this weekend, so I'm looking forward to testing it out. I do love the glowiness to it. So far, I think it sits beautifully under makeup. Obviously, I'm gonna keep an eye on it to see if it breaks up my makeup, so let me know if you guys would like to see an update, maybe kind of like a revising my thoughts or like sharing that with you guys, so let me know. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. It is so refreshing for me to be back on YouTube, and once again, thank you for everyone while I was away for just like checking in on me and like still being here when I got back. I was really worried that like I would get back and then no one would watch my videos at all. So anyways, I really, really appreciate that.